Hello friends, welcome to my channel Cryptic Wisdom. Zen teachings emphasize that the key to unlocking the impossible lies in the mind's ability to transcend its own limitations. Often, what we perceive as impossible is a construct of our doubts, fears, and preconceived notions. By practicing mindfulness and meditation, Zen encourages us to quiet the mind and observe our thoughts without attachment. This process helps us to identify the mental barriers we've created and to realize that these obstacles are not as insurmountable as they appear. Through this clarity, we can approach challenges with a fresh perspective, seeing possibilities where we once saw impossibilities. Another crucial aspect of Zen teachings is the concept of non-attachment. When we become overly attached to specific outcomes or rigid ideas, we limit our potential. Zen teaches us to let go of these attachments, to flow with the present moment, and to remain open to whatever arises. This openness allows us to adapt and respond to situations creatively, often leading to solutions that seem impossible at first. By releasing the need to control every aspect of our lives, we can unlock new paths and opportunities that we may have otherwise overlooked. Lastly, Zen emphasizes the importance of perseverance and the power of small, consistent actions. The seemingly impossible is often achieved not through sudden, grand gestures, but through steady, focused effort over time. By maintaining patience and dedication, even in the face of adversity, Zen practitioners believe that what once seemed impossible can gradually become within reach. Through this blend of mental clarity, non-attachment, and perseverance, Zen teaches us that the impossible is not a fixed reality, but a challenge to be met with an open mind and unwavering spirit. So friends, let's start today's story. In a small village nestled deep within a valley, surrounded by towering mountains, there lived a young boy named Yuki. Yuki was known throughout the village for his insatiable curiosity and his belief that anything was possible if one only tried hard enough. However, this belief often led him to attempt tasks that others deemed foolish or impossible. One day, Yuki heard a legend about a hidden cave in the highest peak of the surrounding mountains. It was said that within this cave lay a door that no one had ever been able to open. The legend claimed that whoever could unlock this door would gain the wisdom to achieve the impossible. Intrigued, Yuki decided that he would be the one to open the door. Despite warnings from the villagers about the dangers of the journey, Yuki set out early one morning, determined to find the cave and unlock the door. The journey to the peak was treacherous. Yuki faced steep cliffs, icy winds, and treacherous paths that seemed to disappear into thin air. Yet, he pressed on, driven by the belief that the door held the key to unlocking his potential. He knew that the task ahead was difficult, but his determination only grew stronger with each step. After days of climbing, Yuki finally reached the entrance of the hidden cave. The cave was dark and cold, with an eerie silence that sent shivers down his spine. But Yuki was not deterred. He lit a torch and ventured inside, following the narrow passage that led deeper into the mountain. At last, he reached a massive stone door, intricately carved with symbols that seemed to dance in the flickering torchlight. Yuki examined the door, searching for a way to open it. He pushed, pulled, and even tried to pry it open with all his might, but the door did not budge. Hours passed, and Yuki began to feel the weight of exhaustion and doubt. Just as he was about to give up, Yuki remembered the words of an old monk he had met in the village before his journey. The monk had told him, to unlock the impossible, one must first unlock the mind. Yuki realized that brute force alone would not open the door. He needed to approach the problem with a different mindset. Yuki sat down in front of the door and closed his eyes. He took a deep breath, calming his racing thoughts, and allowed his mind to clear. As he meditated, he focused on the idea that the door was not just a physical barrier, but a reflection of his own inner limitations. If he could unlock his mind, perhaps the door would unlock itself. Hours turned into days as Yuki sat in meditation, battling the doubts and fears that arose within him. But with each passing moment, he felt a growing sense of clarity and peace. He began to see the symbols on the door not as obstacles, but as guides leading him toward the answer. Finally, in a moment of profound insight, Yuki realized that the key to unlocking the door was not something external. It was within him all along. He stood up, walked to the door, and placed his hand on its surface. With a deep breath, he whispered, "I am ready." To his amazement, the door began to tremble. The symbols glowed with a soft light, and the door slowly swung open with a creaking sound. Yuki stepped through the doorway, feeling a rush of energy and a sense of accomplishment. On the other side, he found not a treasure, but a simple scroll lying on a pedestal. Yuki unrolled the scroll and read the words written in elegant calligraphy. "The impossible is only that which you believe cannot be done. Unlock your mind, and you will unlock the world." With this newfound wisdom, Yuki understood that the journey had never been about the door itself, but about unlocking his own potential. The door was merely a symbol of the barriers he had placed on his own mind. By overcoming those barriers, he had unlocked the impossible. Filled with a deep sense of purpose, Yuki left the cave and made his way back down the mountain. As he descended, he realized that the challenges he had faced on the journey, climbing the steep cliffs, enduring the cold winds, and navigating the treacherous paths, had all been part of the process of unlocking his potential. Each obstacle had taught him something valuable about himself and his own capabilities. When Yuki returned to the village, the people were astonished to see him alive and well. They were even more amazed when he told them that he had opened the legendary door. Yuki shared the wisdom he had gained, teaching the villagers that the true key to achieving the impossible lay within their own minds. From that day on, Yuki became known as the boy who unlocked the impossible. He continued to seek out challenges that others thought were beyond reach, always approaching them with the belief that nothing was truly impossible. His courage and determination inspired others in the village to push beyond their own limits and strive for greatness. Years later, when Yuki became an old man, he would often sit with the children of the village, telling them the story of the hidden cave and the door that could only be unlocked by unlocking the mind. He would remind them that the only true limitations were the ones they placed on themselves. The impossible is only impossible because we believe it to be so. When we unlock our minds and overcome the barriers we create for ourselves, we can achieve what once seemed unattainable. True strength and potential lie within, waiting to be unlocked.